So now we know how if-else works. We can take this one step further and create nested if-else statements. And in our example, we only have two possible outcomes. X is either even or odd. But in some cases, we may have more than two possible situations that need to be evaluated. So we're going to use nested if-else statement inside an if-else statement to evaluate more than two branches. So let's see how that works. Let's start at here. So if you wanted to nesting if-else, what you're gonna do is like this. So this is the first condition. So if condition 1, and then the code that you want to run, and then follow that is your else, and then space, and then type another if, right? This is your condition 2. Okay, and this is the code you want to run if condition 2 satisfied, right? And then you can nesting like one more level, right? And you can say another if, and this is condition 3, right? And this is the code you want to run if condition 3 is satisfied, right? And you can follow this as many times as you want, right? And then in the end, you can have a another branch, and just if all of the above conditions are false, that's what you want to do in the last else code block, right? Now let's take a look at an example and see how that works in Java code. Okay, so I'm gonna comment this out. Okay, and then start at the bottom. So this time, I want to know if this integer is negative, positive, or 0. Okay, so let's define a number. Let's call it y, and say it's negative 23. And then I want to know. So the way to compare is to just compare this y to 0, right? It's very straightforward. I'll just say if y is greater than 0, and then let's output y is positive. Okay, and then else if y is less than 0, output y is negative, right? And then else the last situation is y is 0. Okay, and that's it. So let's run this, see the result. There we go. Now y is negative, right? And if I say y is 0, and let's try this again, y is 0. There we go. Now let's take a look at another example. This time I want to find the day of the week. So basically, input is a number, and based on this number, we want to know what day of the week it is. Okay, so let's first comment out the last part, and then let's write our problem. So number 1 corresponding to Monday, and 2 is Tuesday, 3 Wednesday, 4 Thursday, 5 is Friday, 6 is Saturday, and Sunday, which is 0. Okay. Now, if we go beyond 6, okay, the number that not belong to 0 to 6, what I want to do is to use that number to divide 7 and use the remainder to find the corresponding day. Okay. Beyond 6, use the number divide 7 remainder to find the corresponding day. Okay. And now let's see how to do that in our code. Okay. So first, let's define an integer. Let's call it num and give it a value. Let's keep it simple. Let's say 4. Okay. Now here's the start of our if-else statement. Right. The first condition is if the number equals 1, which is Monday. So if num equals 1, then let's output it's Monday. All right. And else, second condition, right? If 2 print lane is Tuesday. Okay. M-O-N. So I'm just gonna copy and paste everything else because it's easier. Okay. So 1, 2, and this is 3. It is Wednesday. And this is 4. This is Thursday. This is 5. Friday. This is 6, which is Saturday. This is 0, right? This should be Sunday. So for the case that the number is beyond 6, what we want to do is to divide that by 7 and take the remainder, right? So right after we define our number, what we want to do is to compare this to 6, see if it's greater than 6, right? So if number is greater than 6, we need to divide by 7 and take the remainder. And we will give this number to num, right? Num will become num percentage sign, which is the remainder sign of 7, right? This should give us the remainder and give it num a new value, which is the remainder. And use that to compare to find the day of the week. So let's run this program. It is Thursday. Okay. So let's change num to 7, which should give us Sunday. Let's see. It's Sunday. Yes. And what about 15? 15 should be Monday. It is Monday. So there we go.